Hello, my peoples. It is Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. February 9th, 1991 was Sweethearts Dance at Bingham High School, Valentine's Day dance. And I took Michelle that night, which was kind of a big deal because she wasn't 16, and kind of the LDS culture had a rule or an unwritten rule or an advisement about dating before you were 16 years old. But she was a sophomore in high school and I was a senior in high school, and her mom was cool and let her go. But after that dance, I was totally in love, and asked her if she wanted to be together, or whatever you said back then, be exclusive, and she said yes. So we've been together ever since February 9th, 1991. So 31 years. But hello.
Hi. But, and that's what gets me with people.
I'm down the hill from our house making this vid just so I can get some different scenery in my vids, because I think the den's kind of lame all the time. So, but today was a good day, and went to my warehouse, took care of some biz, and then my buddy Mike Laney referred me to somebody that used to live in his neighborhood, a foot doctor, because I've had a piece of glass in my foot since last May when we went to Orlando. We were in an Airbnb. I pulled something out of the closet, and it caught this figurine, this glass figurine that they had on the bathroom counter that I put up in the closet, and it hit the floor, shattered everywhere, and then I stepped on a piece of glass, and there's blood everywhere, but I thought I got it. And then for months and months and months, it bugged me, and I went to this foot doctor in Gilbert, and twice had him like shave down the foot, and didn't get it. And then so I was kind of belly aching about it one day, and my buddy Mike was like, hey, check this guy out, I think he's really good. And so I went to the west side of Phoenix, and he got it out. It seems like it's way better now, so I'm really hoping that it flies. Otherwise it will be MRI and potentially some kind of incision and scooping out. So I don't want to do that, so I'm really hoping that that's over. So that would be a real thorn from my side. And today I did not trade because my psychology was all messed up, and it was actually messed up since last Thursday. And so yesterday, just in discussions with John, and then just really diving deep in the rabbit hole on myself, like I need to be okay with some days just like not trading, like, or not doing, even though that is the mountain that I'm climbing. Like, part of that may be for myself deciding, like, hey, this is a good place to rest, or to recuperate, or reevaluate, or just put myself back together, especially after I've been rattled. You go down more than you want, then you come back, or you go down, you don't come back, or you can't go down and then you go. I mean, there's a lot of emotions involved, because that's the challenge about trading, is somehow I'm emotionally attached to a computer screen, but it's the numbers that behind the movements that represent something in my mind, and then I become emotional. And the more I keep my emotions at bay, I don't get angry or get greedy or get really excited or any of that. Like, I can just be calm, the better I do. And last week's been like roller coaster. A lot of big days, some big down days, and just like that's not the way I want to do it. And that's not the way the guys that I look up to do it. And so I'm really grateful that I get to discover that. And if that's something, and maybe it's even possible that I've even talked about that in the past, but it feels different this time if I have. So, maybe, and I think I will trade tomorrow, but maybe I won't. Like, that's really up to me. Like, I'm a free agent and you're a free agent. We get to do whatever we want to do. And there is no can't and there is no have to. You don't have to do anything. And you can't, I don't want to use language like that. And I'm encouraging people around me not to use that language either, because it's not true. I can accept I don't want to. I can accept I'd rather do this, or I'd rather not, or instead of I'm going to whatever. Like, that's acceptable, but I can't. Like, why can't you when all these other people are doing everything that they want to do? They come to this country not even speaking English, and they find a place to live, they find jobs, they find somehow to put food on the table, and they're not part of the welfare system. So I don't know why they can't work, or you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's just all language, and it's a lot of it's just language inside of my own head, because I'm with me all the time. And just learning as we go, right? That's what we do, is we learn as we go. And life itself is trial and error. And I hope that if you're experiencing a trial, if you're going through a trial right now and you're going through some tough times, I promise you that it's temporary. It's temporary. Everything's temporary. This moment's temporary. This life's temporary. Just on what scale you want to look at it from. And so there's not a lot I can do about the past. There's nothing that I can do about the past. And within the premise that everything is temporary, it reinforces that what's most important is right now, this moment. And that comes back to trading and my business as well, is this moment. In this moment, I need to be aware. I need to be mindful and really listen to myself, listen to the other person, listen to what the market is telling me, listen to what my customer is telling me, listen to how I feel. Like, so if they say, if maybe I'm speaking to somebody about solar, I'm like, oh yeah, you could do that, right? And they kind of paint you in this situation where I can see why people would go, yeah, you could do that, and meanwhile you're going, I don't know how we're gonna do that, or I don't think we can do that, or no, we can't do that, but I'll just get the sale, whatever. But listen to that, and push back against it, because that's what's important, is right now. So if I'm all worked up about trading, I don't want it to carry over to my business or my family, and vice versa. If I'm all worked up about a solar project, and I've definitely have got better about this, but I definitely learned the hard way a couple times. I'm knee deep into a home improvement project that exists in California, arguing with a team lead, getting calls from the homeowner, and they're upset, and then I'm hanging up, calling design, just a lot going on, and trying to trade, or trying to, get another solar, talk to a prospect, and it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary stress for myself and just for everybody involved. So I don't know, hopefully within all that, there's maybe something you can use, because everybody's life's different and everybody is so unique. And and working through their own hurdles and trials and challenges. These are just mine, and I'm just kind of putting it out there just so maybe somehow it helps someone else. And if not, then this is just an online journal that where, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, my kids can watch it and laugh, my grandkids, or I can look back and, oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was the day I pivoted and really turned things around. Or, oh, I wish I would have listened to my own self back then, or whatever. I have no idea. Again, just as much as the past, there's nothing I can do about. The future I can have impact, but the future is imagined. And so it's how I imagine it. And it's how you imagine it for your future. And so how you imagine it is most likely how it's going to look. So that just gets back to it's how we think. Everything is how we think. Because you're with yourself 24/7. And so if you somehow recognize, man, I'm thinking some negative thoughts here, I'm really worried about this, or I'm scared as hell about this, or I'm pissed about this, or whatever, just recognize that. Just recognizing your own thoughts and how your body is reacting to your thoughts. That is a huge step in personal development and growth. Because some people are just out here reacting, and I can just react. I definitely react. I overreact. I mean, ask my wife and kids. I can definitely overreact. But I'm getting better about it. And that's all we're all after, right? It's just some progress. This progress proves that there's an attempt to change. And are you going to change completely? I don't know. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But I just am trying to evolve to the best version of myself. And I get to decide what that looks like. And so for now, I'm going to keep on trucking, keep on pushing, keep on lifting, and keep on doing the work. Not give up, because I want to give up sometimes. I want to give up, and that's part of why I'm doing these videos too, is just it could be really embarrassing for me if I make some bold claims and no one ever hears from me and oh yeah, what happened? You said you're going to weigh 175. Why do you weigh 250? That could be really, really embarrassing, and we all have an ego. I don't want to be embarrassed. I certainly don't want to intentionally embarrass myself. So we'll just see what happens. Anyway, I appreciate you checking in. I appreciate you being part of my life. I appreciate you being part of this. And I hope that somehow it helps you. And I hope you're having an awesome day. And so have a great night.